Welcome back to my foodie channel, and today we're going to dive into even more crazy food to dive into, well, at least on screen. This clip is like 28 minutes long, and we're going to get through all of it. Let's get into it.
And, I'm hungry. I'm thinking about food. You can do some eggs, bacon, grits, and biscuits, or, toast, something like that. Oh, okay.
The simple act of showering has used up all the energy Latanya has, so she asks her caretaker for what sounds like a pretty hearty breakfast.
Latanya relies on me a lot to make meals because she tires easy and that her legs are hurting and they are swollen, so she gets in the bed.
Caretaker? More like enabler. What kind of caretaker are you? You're possibly feeding her into her early grave.
And I make her something to eat and I take it back to the bed. Oh, but this is all something fairly new. She wasn't really doing that before.
Well, it sounds like Latanya's condition has gotten a lot worse recently, and when you look at that food prep, it's easy to see why. Put simply, nobody needs to be eating that much food in one sitting.
Is that 8 extra large eggs that's not only she fits that's on the plate there? And that's just for her.
Food is like my best friend. Can I have some juice, Miss V?
That plate is loaded beyond capacity with eggs, and we also got 2 bowls filled with what I assume to be cereal, although it might be yogurt or oatmeal. I'm not too sure.
When I eat, it takes the stress away. That's what I do to help me cope with things.
I need a roller cart.
Right.
Oh.
We gonna have to get one.
I know that
You got eggs, oatmeal, grits, bacon, waffles, sausage. Wow, that looks like a breakfast buffet.
food is unhealthy and it's not good for me.
Oh my god, there's even more. Like, a lot more. In addition to what we've already mentioned, Latanya's also gonna eat an entire serving plate worth of bacon and sausages, 10 biscuits, and 5 waffles.
Dude, I feel it up here. It's kind of, and got my leg, the blood circulating a little bit, so it was awesome. After I worked out like that, I worked up a real good hunger. So when I'm done, I'm ready for something good to eat.
Latanya is working out now and is supposed to be on Dr. Now's diet. We see her exercising, but is she following her food requirements?
That's fish, right?
All that exercise is not going to do you any good if you don't keep eating massive amounts of breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
I hope this ain't tilapia fish, like.
I don't ever cook tilapia. I cooked it for you, but I don't think fried food is a good option for you.
I won't eat a whole lot just to taste,
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. You know that's cap. And if you're saying it is not good for you, why you keep fixing it?
Latanya, listen to your caretaker. No matter what the food is, it shouldn't be fried, and you should know better by now.
But once I start to get the things I want, I can calm down a bit.
Let's start this off with LB, a larger fellow from Lexington, South Carolina.
When LB wants to get sodas and snack cakes and potato chips, it makes me feel awful. What am I supposed to do? Tell him no?
Not even diet soda, just full flavored.
To me, that's the only thing left that he has.
Good lord, how much soda was that? Like, so much soda. And to answer your question, yes, you're supposed to tell him no.
Will you grab a thing of the pepperoni pizza pockets?
Is that what you want?
You don't have to turn around and be a smart ass about it like that.
The cart has gotten quite a bit bigger since the last time we've seen it. French fries, chips, and those...
Now, if a guy like that was ordering me to get something like that, and he telling me I don't have to be a smart ass about it, that's all I'm gonna be towards him as a smart ass. He ain't gonna order me. He ain't gonna order me to do crap. I'm trying to help his ass.
And those pepperoni pizza bites, just to name a few. Can't wait to see what the actual meal is gonna be with all this food.
This shouldn't be my life, and this shouldn't be her life. And if I could go back in time and change the things that happened,
Man, 2 bottles of beer.
that led me here, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Whoa, looks like I spoke too soon. We might be home from the supermarket, but you gotta love double fisting it before dinner.
I just wish he'd give me some space at times and let up, because sometimes I just want to seclude myself.
LB, you want something to eat?
Yeah, just give me 2 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers.
The family's having a cookout, and that is a big order for a first plate.
Thank you. When I'm in a real dark place where I turn to food for kind of that safe, comforted feeling, it's not uncommon for me.
It's not just 2 hamburgers and 2 hot dogs. I mean, the hot dogs look like they're fully loaded. And you got some noodles to go along with it.
To eat the portions of 2 or 3 grown men.
Looks like the order got a little bigger. I can see the hot dogs and burgers, but it looks like he got some beans and pasta salad in there too.
I'll keep eating or drinking until I get that, full feeling.
He ain't kidding. LB is downing a lot of food and showing no signs of slowing down.
I never thought
Shoot, 1 burger is enough for me.
enabling LB would lead to what it is now. I feel like he's not going to live long.
And for good measure, there's another plate. Sure, why not?
I'm so big now, I can't work. Ashley has to provide for our family.
I don't want to break up our family, but we can't go on like this.
I know what you're thinking. Why is Doug here again? We already talked about his meal in a previous episode. Well, that's because we talked about his public meals, but we haven't discussed the ones he hides from his wife.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Pizza?
I want pizza.
Of course you'll do.
About the only thing I'm good for is getting food for the family.
Remember when he went to go pick up that pizza for his family?
It's hard to go out, but I know it's my chance to sneak an extra meal. All my family knows about is the meal I'm bringing home. They don't know about how many other meals I can eat before I get back.
Well, as it turns out, before he came home, Doug snuck over to the fast food burger joint for a quick meal before his actual meal.
Yeah, I need to get a number 4. A lot of burger places have the small burgers for $1. I'll grab an extra one of those and eat it on the way home.
He claims to order a small burger.
Well, as of today, no fast food joint has burgers for $1. In fact, it's doubled.
But we clearly hear him order a number 4, which implies fries at the very least.
It kind of feels like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, and it's kind of adds to the whole enjoyment of it. I'll have this wrapper in my pocket so I can throw it away in the house when I go in.
Doug is very aware he shouldn't do this, but the added naughtiness to his actions only add to the enjoyment.
Doug absolutely is a closet eater. I can't prove it, but I know he eats food when I'm not around. That's why I think it's so dangerous where he's at, is that I can't stop that.
Even though Ashley can't prove it, she has her suspicions about Doug, and that's why she's given up fighting him on portion sizes altogether.
Hey, Shem. So we got your stuff.
See,
Great, we got another caretaker, aka enabler.
Anna needs a caretaker, and Derekis comes over to bring her some food.
Did you eat?
No. Can you get me some burritos? Okay. And hash browns?
Okay. How many do you want?
4.
Okay.
4 burritos and
4 burritos and what?
6 hash browns.
Look, I'm not a certified caretaker or anything, but I assume the job involves, well, taking care of her. Giving her 4 burritos and 6 hash browns is the worst thing you can do for her. Nobody needs that much food to start the day.
Can I...
That's what I'm saying. Even though they look like small burritos, but yeah, I get the point.
please have a large stuffed crust pepperoni pizza? The cinnamon bites thing, and that's all. Thank you.
The editing makes it seem like this call happens not long after he leaves, and the sunlight in the shaded windowsill helps us draw a similar conclusion. I can't imagine a world where anyone would need a large pizza after downing all that breakfast.
And she kind of almost lost it. It broke my heart.
And speaking of large stuffed crust pizza, I've been fixing that regularly, and it tasted bomb.
See my mom that upset. So it was just awful. I didn't know what to do, and I just wanted to eat, but I couldn't while I was in the hospital. So I didn't gain much for a bit.
The pizza is here, and she is not slowing down at all. That large pizza and cinnamon bites are completely gone before long.
So things got really bad, and I just shut off and was in this downward spiral until my mom came and got me.
And of course, you can't have cinnamon bites without cinnamon rolls to follow.
I stopped through the fast food probably about
5 to 6 times a week.
James is a man that likes some fast food.
I would like to get a foot-long quarter-pound coney with cheddar peppers, please. After I get off work, fast food is the easiest thing.
Getting that almost every day after work can't be good for you. Just look at how big that footlong is.
That way you ain't got to go home and cook nothing and just crawl in bed or sit down and watch TV. Give me another bite before his light changes.
Doing this once in a blue moon, I get it. Everyone gets hungry. But doing this 4 or more times a week, that's a serious problem.
Sometimes when I'm cooking something, he will have already gone through the drive-thru, and I say something, well, I already had something to eat. Well, why did you eat this? Well, you cooked it.
That sub would be enough to feed me for a day, but James isn't done.
I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, I went to the doctor. They brought these big scales in. My first thought was, can't be.
He was 750 pounds.
That is a whole lot of food James is downing, especially when you consider that he ate before he got home.
Here you are putting this pie on here, no.
He ate a foot long, and then when he gets home, he gets that. I don't know what that is. I need a close up.
I ain't supposed to eat it.
I guess James blames me for his weight. I hope he's not too bitter at me.
What really gets me riled up is that he blames his mother for cooking all this and even lashes out on her a bit.
Even though my life
Ain't that a bitch?
was miserable, get an excitement when I know it's time to eat again. What we eating?
There's only one thing that keeps Cita going day in and day out, and it's the same thing that's slowly killing her: food.
You ready for breakfast? I am.
What you need me to get?
Is that her husband? Is that her husband or is that her boyfriend?
I want these bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches with some pizza rolls.
Okay.
Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches are not the healthiest choice in the world, but at least it's breakfast food. Pizza rolls, on the other hand, yeah, not so much.
Do I want war or do I want peace? If I give in, I'll have peace. If I don't, it'll be a constant nagging about it.
Well, apparently they've set up shop in Cita's bedroom, and we can see that these sandwiches are going to
Yeah, that's a lot of bacon put on that sandwich.
be heavy on the bacon. I mean, just look at that pan. It's layered with uncooked bacon.
Food fulfills me. It fulfills empty voids that humans can't fulfill. It's like a kid in the candy store. When you go in the candy store and your eyes light up because you got a
No, food can only fulfill your stomach. Like, a mass amount of it can't be fulfilling. I mean, it's enough to make your stomach explode.
multitude of stuff, and you got all type of different variety of stuff. That's the same thing when it comes to looking at my refrigerator, like, oh, I'm eating out of every one of those snacks.
Making 5 sandwiches for 2 people is probably too much, but we see that Cita is getting 4
Yeah, and she got 4 and he has 1.
of them, while her fiance only gets the 1. Keep in
That's what I'm
mind,
saying.
that's not even counting the pizza rolls. We could see them there on the bed, and something tells me Cita is going to eat a pretty large share of those.
Snacks.
After waddling into the store and sitting down on the cart, the very first words out of Cita's
Why would he say that she's waddling?
mouth is snacks. I've got a bad feeling about this one.
How about these right here?
Oh, yes. Mini barbecue. I actually like those. You want some cheese balls? I like cheese balls.
And just look at that cart. That thing is stacked to the brim and, as far as I can tell, appears to be almost exclusively loaded
Now, do the show pay these guests money to buy all this stuff?
with snacks and junk food.
I hit these points where I will indulge in something and my stomach will start hurting and I'm still eating.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing pretty good myself.
That's good. I opened these, so let me get those to you.
Wow, and she couldn't even wait until she was out of the store to start digging into the chips. What a sight to see.
You ready for breakfast? Yes, ma'am.
Octavia says she doesn't have the energy to leave her bed anymore, but she could still get a balanced breakfast?
Eating is my happiness. It makes me feel safe.
That's a hell of a breakfast right there. Nachos.
And if I could, I just wouldn't stop.
Hold up, that is not breakfast. That is an absurd amount of nachos under any circumstance, but this is what Octavia eats right after waking up
No, that's lunch for breakfast, sir.
and getting dressed.
After I finish my meal, I'm already thinking about eating again. and what I'm going to have next. And I can't wait.
I'm done.
She finishes up her well-balanced breakfast, but what will come next?
Let's see. Here, those are for you.
Yay!
I knew you were going to be happy.
I love seeing the looks on their face.
I remember the old Popeye episode I saw like 30 years ago when Bruce give his millions money. He said, one for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. One for you, and one for me.
When I give them something good to eat.
Well, sharing is caring, so good for Octavia for handing those out. On the other hand, though, you really shouldn't have an entire plastic bag worth of snacks within arm's reach.
So what are we going to have for lunch?
A Southwest salad sounds amazing.
I want some barbecue. Don't you want some?
I would rather have a salad, you know.
I want the barbecue place, so that's what I'm going to get.
I respect the effort there, but it sounds like barbecue is going to win out.
I got your barbecue.
Thank you.
This isn't a life.
Yep, here comes the barbecue. Let's see what we got.
I'm existing.
You get ribs, freshly cut French fries.
I'm not able to experience the things I want to do, places I want to go. I feel like I'm in jail.
Okay, I admit it, that looks better than a Southwest salad, but that is a whole lot of ribs and fries. We don't see her actively eat it, but we also see 2 closed bags on Octavia's table. So if she had even more after the ribs, that's a serious problem.
As soon as I start my day, I am starving. I have a wife and a son, and I try to get up before them, because if they see me eating as much as I do, they're gonna say something.
They say the early bird gets the worm, but in Gideon's case, the worm takes the form of a sandwich. Let's pass over the fact that he's only waking up early so he can sneak meals from his family, and let's talk about the food itself for a second.
I choose to eat things that aren't necessarily as healthy for me as I should, but I just want to eat a snack without someone giving me looks, telling me that I eat too much, or criticizing me about what I eat.
He's doing this as soon as
Oh, good luck with that.
he wakes up, which means this is breakfast. And apparently breakfast means a mayo ham and cheese sandwich followed by an ice cream sundae. If that's not a cry for help, I don't know what is.
I only
Ham and cheese sandwich, that doesn't have much calories. At least not ham and cheese, but if you put other meats with it, then that's another story.
go out to get food, or if there's gonna be food where I'm going. But even though I know I'm going somewhere to eat, I have a hard time not stopping to get a snack.
Now that's what Gideon eats when his family isn't watching, but he's not much better when his family is around.
Do you have apple fritters? Oh, I want 2 of those. And then a chocolate Long John, 2 of those. Do you have like a mixed dozen?
There's the Long Johns. I've been informed weeks ago that Long Johns are chocolate bars.
This is on the way to get food, mind you, and he's ordering that much junk?
Gideon is eating himself to death. He says that he's fighting to live for us, but I don't think his actions show that. I just want to shake him.
Yeah, she looked kind of cute there.
And just scream at him. Why are you doing this?
And listen to his wife. He's clearly not buying for the family, just himself.
She's a good cook, but she's not me. I did go to culinary school, so I do know what I'm doing.
Gino's cooking ability is apparently his claim to fame, and if his quality is as good as his quantity, it's gonna be hard to argue. Just look at how many eggs he's throwing in there. That's enough to feed a whole family, but it's just him and his mom living there, and something tells me those portions aren't gonna be divided 50-50.
Obesity does run in the family. Because I was heavy, my mother was heavy, my grandfather was heavy, and so was his father. So he was getting it, no matter what,
Look, I'm not gonna say that genetics don't play a role in your size, but maybe cooking that many sausages also has something to do with it.
So by the time I was 8 years old, I was 150.
Think that Gino might have some food addiction?
When my parents got divorced, that was definitely hard on me. Food brought me comfort. And if I have to say, that was probably when eating for me became something bigger than just filling up on food.
And there we have it, the food in all of its glory. Both of those plates are loaded to absolute capacity, and Gino's doing everything in his power.
Look like egg, sausage, and toast there.
Or just to carry them to the living room without spilling any of it.
That's the porchetta. Moroccan style.
Put it in. Come on,
I don't know what it is. Go. Come on, you gotta stay with me.
This is why I don't go shopping.
I know.
Seeing as this place is called the Meat King, I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised that they're not picking out too many green vegetables.
Here's cereal. Your kind that you like. You ate the whole box I got you the other day?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this strawberry fluff.
And apparently Gino also downs entire boxes of sugary cereal in one sitting. Yeah, that's not ideal.
You want to drink some now? Gino does not do any
I don't eat cereal anymore, by the way.
form of exercise. He doesn't even walk into the front door. So he doesn't have to come upstairs. He calls me to ask me to open the garage for him. It's really bad. You want a chair? As soon as we get out of here, go home and sit down.
Yikes, Gino is so out of shape he can't even make it through the supermarket without downing a Gatorade. If that's not a cry for help, I don't know what is.
Spare me the hamburger and the cheese out of the fridge. I think it's in the bottom.
With the help of her son Zachary, Tammy Lynn gets to work making dinner.
I feel guilty. I feel bad because this is not how things are supposed to be.
So far, it looks like dinner's going to be some type of ground beef and cheese mix. Definitely not healthy, but not the worst thing in the world either.
Since Tammy's lived with me, her eating habits have gotten worse. I tried to tell...
From that view, it looks like a chicken sandwich, but just like, I guess it's chicken covered with some gravy.
her that she shouldn't eat like she does.
Okay, maybe I spoke too soon.
How much you want?
I want that.
More?
Yes.
Not enough?
Yeah, it's good for him.
Looks like it's shepherd's pie and a whole lot of it. It also looks like we've got some type of bread too, because carbs are fun.
Hey Zach, can you come get this plate?
Tammy Lynn clears her plate, but she's not done for the night, far from it.
I just snack on things all day long.
I can't imagine snacking after eating that big of a dinner, so let's see what she goes after.
But I know I'm eating myself to death. My weight is out of control.
Oh, those are just gummies. That ain't nothing.
Gummy worms. Ah, a delicacy.
I haven't been grocery shopping by myself without another adult with me in a good 10 years or more.
Now, credit where credit's due, Tammy Lynn is one of the show's bigger success stories, and you can see just how much she's improved by the end of the episode.
And that's been an unexpected surprise. That's been wonderful.
What's that?
Well, that's awesome that she's making great strides to not only lose all that weight, but to keep it off.
Would be great for you.
Oh, okay.
And she's
I
getting
am
the
very
fruit.
proud of my mom's progress.
Can you get me some veggie broth?
She really did work hard to improve herself, and moments like this
Yeah, she's getting the fruit instead of all the other junk.
are really what the show is all about.
As soon as I get up, my body gets so starving and so hungry that I just have to eat. But some days I feel like a ticking time bomb because of how excruciating the pain is.
From the moment Erica wakes up, she feels the need to eat.
There's nothing better than to have that something sweet first thing in the morning. Feels so good. Just lets me know that my day is gonna be okay.
It's hard to see everything she eats with the lighting. No matter what it is though, I know you shouldn't be eating all of that this early in the day.
The only family member I get to see on a consistent.
Yeah, if you eat all that early in the day, you can forget about lunch and dinner. Because you're going to be full for like almost up until bedtime.
Basis is my niece Jessie. I have not been to the grocery store or any store in 5 or 6 years. So when Jessie brings me my groceries, it's my one chance for that week to get everything I need to survive.
Erica's niece Jessie comes over later in the day and goes out to the supermarket.
I worry about Erica, so I go over to help her clean up and do what she needs and get her groceries. She puts a lot of stuff she shouldn't have on her grocery list. Sometimes she puts chips on the list when I know she has 5 bags at home, but I do get them for her because she would get really upset if I didn't come back with something.
Jessie comments about all the items on Erica's list that she knows she shouldn't get, but still does due to the fear of angering her.
Today my sister Molly is coming over because I want to go to Houston to try and see Dr. Nazardin.
If I had a roommate like that, and he orders me to get stuff like, get all kinds of junk, and then when I tell him you shouldn't have all that stuff, he's gonna get angry. I wish he would get angry at me. I wish he would.
I can't go down on my own. and I can't stay there without someone to help me. So she's my only hope. But I'm nervous because she's never seen my apartment, and it never goes well when I see her.
Later on, Erica attempts to reconnect with her sister prior to meeting Dr. Now.
Erica, look at how bad this is.
Yes, it's very bad.
I don't want to see that.
I found a doctor that might be able to help me.
So where's this doctor at?
He's in Houston.
Erica, I can't leave my family.
No, I know.
That's not happening.
When that doesn't go well, she turns to food to cope.
I have the most unhealthy relationship with food. I use it just like a drug. My food addiction is absolutely killing me a very slow, agonizing, painful death.
Well, that's basically what food is. If you consume heavy amounts of it, but it's a legal drug, just like alcohol.
Prior to the meal itself, Erica starts by polishing off a pint of ice cream and a tub of what I will generously assume is hummus.
I made a promise to my mom that I was going to do everything and anything that I could to get healthy because that's all she ever wanted. It's been 2.5 years since she was killed, and I have not kept that promise. Instead, I have gained 200 pounds. I've wasted so many years of my life, and I'm worried that my time is running out.
The meal itself is a burger and fries, and she tops it all off with a big old slice of pie for dessert.
After I get out of the shower, I just kind of like to air dry. And then I've got a little fan that really helps me to dry the places that I can't reach with the towel. But mainly I'll just kind of sit and think about what I'll order for breakfast.
It's gonna take time for Wes to completely dry off, so he should have plenty of time to think about his breakfast choices. Now I've got a hunch here that he's not ordering an egg white omelet.
I don't love the way my body looks. It's hard to deal with everybody scrutinizing me. So I'm grateful I can always rely on ordering through the app on my phone. One of the perks of living by yourself is being able to eat breakfast naked.
Sometimes the app could be your worst enemy.
Well, I guess my hunch was right. Keep in mind, Wes lives alone.
There's never a limit to how many breakfast burritos I can eat after my morning shower.
This man just ordered a family-sized number of burritos, stacked them all up, and is going through them like nothing. Like it's just a regular morning.
You gonna make it?
I'm gonna try.
My legs are hurting. You want to go back outside and sit down?
Yeah. It's not a great sign when the simple act of climbing 3 stairs is enough to tire you out for the day. Wes is going back to the car though, so maybe his dad can buy him some healthy food.
Yeah.
My family is very good at ignoring the elephant in the room, so we've never addressed the food addiction.
Well, okay, that's gonna be a no. We don't see specific brands he's buying, I get it, no free ads, but I think we've all seen enough junk food packaging in our day to know that what he's buying is not organic.
It's very hard for me to admit I have a problem, because it's like any addiction. Your mind creates the addiction, and then you use that as an excuse to keep eating, and then you just want more and more and more, and you're never satisfied.
And now that we're back home, it's time for lunch, and what on earth are you eating, dude? The bread to meat ratio is all off, and I don't know what you're dunking that in, but it sure doesn't look ideal.
I've walled myself off so I don't get hurt, and that's just part of this journey that I'm going through, that I'm gonna have to break those walls down and learn to let people back in.
And of course, it's not a meal without sides, and it looks like Wes downs that monstrosity of a lunch with an entire soda cup's worth of refried beans and mac and cheese.
Let's do the cupboard.
Mac and cheese on a cup. How lovely.
Everything but the soups and the chicken broth. All the junk food, all the crap that I eat, it is now going to go bye-bye.
After his original appointment with Dr. Now, Wes and his father go back home and start throwing away all the stored junk food hidden around the house.
They were hidden back there.
I don't see anything in your hands. I don't know what you're talking about. Get rid of them. I don't think I should have taken my dad to see Dr. Now, because now my dad thinks that he has carte blanche to tell me what to eat and what not to eat.
Oh boy, you can see the cleanse is off to a bad start, and Wes is already trying to hide snacks. If you want to see how his journey ends, make sure to check out our video on his episode. This one is wild.
My wife was murdered. I just couldn't take it, so I turned to food.
Give me the special on your leg and thigh, the 9-piece.
I shut the world out.
Chuck lives with his wife Nisa, but when his first wife tragically passed away, he started falling into unhealthy habits.
Locked myself away and ate fast food 3 times a day. Not really thinking about food, I just blanked my mind out. For a long time, I lost all concept of my...
Is that Popeye's chicken? Because I covered that last night, and I can't stand Popeye's chicken.
Wait.
First off, that is a lot of chicken. I'm not familiar with this particular fast food chain, but if I had to guess, I think Chuck ordered a family-sized meal and just downed it all on his own.
Marriage is extremely
No, that's church's chicken. That's even worse.
difficult when you're married to someone who's 600 pounds. We don't have an intimate relationship. Our marriage is much more caregiver, patient.
Are they done?
Mm-hmm.
While his wife takes care of their child, Chuck digs into dinner.
Let's get bridges on. I just feel like a servant. Being a single mom is one thing, but being a single mom, there's another human being there. It's much harder.
Kudos to the editor here. The juxtaposition between his wife and Chuck really drive home how bad the situation is, as Chuck is just going to town on his ribs, bread, and his side while drowning the whole thing in barbecue sauce.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Damn, even the rice and bread drenched in barbecue sauce.
I gotta head to work. Here's your stuff. Okay. There you go. Alright, love you. Alright, bye.
Bye.
I'll see you later.
After getting showered and dressed, Lindsay waits on the couch for Paul to come back with her breakfast. Okay, let's see what we've got.
And once I get it, I savor every single bite of it.
That's a hell of a breakfast. Pizza? It looks like 4 slices plus 1 chocolate donut, and I guess those are those cinnamon things or French fries?
I love the way a meal makes me feel.
Hold up, that's not breakfast, that's a whole pizza. It doesn't even look like a breakfast pizza, it looks like cheese. Granted, Paul got it from a gas station, but that's still ridiculous. And my goodness.
Yeah, it is ridiculous eating pizza from a gas station.
Look at how big that is. That's at least 6 slices of pizza, a donut, and I think that's fries in those cups.
And it kind of makes me a little embarrassed, but not enough to stop. It just makes me eat more when no one is around.
Yeah, you should be embarrassed eating food from a gas station instead of a real pizza chain.
Food and me have a special relationship.
Once again, what I'd consider food for a day is only a warm-up meal.
Are those nachos? And macaroni and cheese?
Which I eat frustrates Paul, but he stopped trying to do anything about it because he knows it won't help.
Okay, now for dinner, it looks like we're going with microwave mac and cheese.
But I don't think Paul understands what I struggle with.
Damn.
He can and should give up alcohol, but I can't just stop eating.
Okay, maybe it's a bit...
Oh, that's not good. She had to beg him to give up alcohol while she's not giving up crappy foods.
More than just mac and cheese. That is a lot of food for just the 2 of them.
Melissa called and said she's in town. And her and a bunch of the girls were going to go out, and I told her that I would go out, and then I bailed. I just didn't want to go.
That's kind of messed up.
She was pretty disappointed.
I bet she was.
Scratch that. Apparently that's only food for Lindsay.
I need things to change. I know I'm letting food and my eating destroy my whole life.
And no, the whole video makes it very clear. Paul didn't have a single bite of any food on either plate. Well, that's all we have.
Alright, that's the video for today. Props to Plot Twist for supplying us with all the goodies that you see on here. And thank you very much for watching me reviewing all these tasty treats. I'll catch you next time. I'm out.